Hello everybody, my name is Sarah Stanton, and today and for my math final we're covering the learner target. I could add and subtract integers. And if you don't know what an integer already is, it's just a whole number that's a positive number such as 1, 2, and 3, or negative numbers such as -1, -2, and -3. And I'm pretty sure most of you already know how to add positive whole numbers, like 1 plus 1 is 2, 9 plus 10 is 21, but that's old, so it's not really a thing anymore. Or 10 plus 10 is 20. A negative number is basically a number less than 0. And you could get a negative number in subtraction when the first number is smaller than the second number. And if you didn't know, when you add a negative number, it just makes a bigger negative number. Like -5 plus -7 is -12. And I'm pretty sure all of you already know how to subtract positive numbers. And if you didn't, it's basically like 6 minus 4 equals 2. But when you subtract two negative numbers, it just makes a lowered negative number. So -5 minus -3 is -2, which is closer to the baseline 0, because 0 is the blip baseline. And when you go below the baseline, you get a negative number. So if you get below 0, say if you get 1 below 0, that's -1. And once you get above the baseline, you get to +1. But when you're doing it in a normal problem, you don't have to say +1, you can just write 1, so it's easier. Now that you know all the things about negative numbers and positive numbers, now's the time when we have to talk about when we have to use them both. So adding a positive number and a negative number, it's not subtraction. So basically 10 plus -7, it would be 3, because think of it, it's like two teams. Since the 10 is a bigger team and the 7 is a smaller team, then when you put them against each other, the 10 is going to come through and win because it has more people. So it would be 3. So it wouldn't be like 10 plus -7 would be 17. Or it wouldn't be 10 plus -7 would be -17. It would just be like subtraction, normal subtraction. And now that we covered adding a positive number and negative number, now we want to go to subtracting a positive number and a negative number, which that is a little more complicated. Actually, no, it's not that complicated, but it's basically like normal subtraction. So like it would be 10 minus -7. And you see, when you do a subtraction, so even in an addition problem, you always want, but at least in an addition problem, they'll know that it's a -7 because, well, but still, you want to put a parentheses around the -7, like I did right here, because then the person who's seeing it knows that it's a -7 and not 10 subtraction sign 7, because some people get confused by that. So subtracting a positive number and a negative number isn't that different from adding them, because you see here, since they're both on different teams, it would be 10. It would be like 10 minus 7, and so you'd get the same answer, 3. But and if you say if it was 10, say if it was just let's say if it was 10 minus -10. See if it's in the frame. If it was 10 minus -10, then it would be just 0, because it wouldn't go higher or lower. It would just be on the baseline 0.